Hey guys, so today's a tag video, and I don't really do those very much, but when you get tagged by some call me Coco here on YouTube, and then you got to do it. So the list of the questions, there are 14 questions, and the tag is called Get to Know Me Tag. So let's start. Number one, what is your name? My name is Daria. It is on my front page, and that's my first name. Obviously, I'm not going to give you my last name. Number two, what is your birthday? My birthday is in September, so I am a Virgo if you are into horoscope stuff. And number three, favorite food. I don't really have a favorite food. I really like pasta. I like, steak dinners. I like a lot of food. I like basically anything on a barbecue. I am a meat eater, and I really enjoy fresh salads, fresh vegetables. I like ethnic kitchens of all sorts. So actually, it's much more difficult to figure out which foods I don't like. But I don't really have a favorite. That entirely just depends on my mood and whatever I'm craving at the time. Number four, dog or cat? Cat. Well, right now and probably for the rest of my life, no pets. But if I had to pick one, I would definitely go with a cat. I did grow up with a cat who was fat and lazy and fabulous, and his name was Mark, and he lived to pretty old age. He was a fantastic cat, and if I was sure that I would have the same kind of experience with a pet, I would get a cat again. I do tend to like cats more because cats are a little bit less maintenance, and the cat that I have had growing up was quite cuddly. So you have all the bonuses of pets without the high maintenance. And I never grew up with dogs. I don't mind dogs, but I'm not a dog lover per se. It all depends on the personality of a dog, really. I don't just automatically love all cats or love all dogs. But I do prefer cats over dogs. I do like the fact that cats are rather easy about not requiring attention 24/7, unless it's, of course, a kitten. And also, every cat's personality is different. Some require more attention than others. In general, I don't ever see myself waking up at 6 in the morning to go walk the dog. Basically, that's the end of it. I don't mind the hair. I can take the slobber, but really consistently sort of requiring ongoing careful care, it just doesn't work with my life right now, and I don't see myself ever really doing that. My husband did grow up with a dog and did at one point want to procure a dog for our little family, and I'm sure my son would be very fond of the idea. However, after I have stated that I will lift 0 fingers to take care of the dog, and if he wants one, it'll be his responsibility, that idea fell by the wayside, and we basically are no longer getting a dog. Let's move on from this controversial topic. Number five, if you're stranded on a desert island, pick one item you would bring. Okay, so this says one item. Barring any communication devices to call for help and try to SOS some plane or boat down, I would probably, my thinking would be, okay, I need to bring something to make a fire. However, I feel like I'd run out of that pretty quickly. So I guess if I could bring something that wouldn't spoil, for instance, I had a everlasting fridge, I would probably bring penicillin or some kind of broad coverage antibiotic, probably just in case something gets infected on this desert island and then I need to treat it. But barring that, it would be something to make a fire, either matches or, well, something to function as a fire initiating device. Basically, I'm thinking about survival and, getting somebody to come and help me, save me. Next, number 6, worst fear. I think like most A-type personalities, I'm very much scared of failure. However, the older you get, the more times you fail in life, the less scary failure becomes. So if I had sort of a large scope idea in terms of family and close ones, I am very much afraid of inflicting pain or my loved ones getting hurt. So yes, in general, something horrible happening to my child or my partner would be high up on my fears list. And I think when it comes to me, with regards to me, my very, very worst fear would be if I was to lose my mental faculties. I think that would be the worst for me. I think I can get around a lot of things and try to find ways to still function in most situations that could happen to me. But as soon as you lose mental sharpness, mental capacity to function in an intelligent way or in a way that is meaningful and logical, then I do think that that would be probably my worst fear. Therefore, any kind of dementia, brain disease, deterioration, neurological disorders that affect cognitive function, these sorts of things would definitely be on top of my personal fears about me, not about my family. Next, we have question 7, favorite singer band. So again, a lengthy answer to that. Different people really value different senses, different ways of intaking information, basically. If you know my channel, you know olfactory sense is very, 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 very important to me. I perceive the world through touch and smell mostly. Plus, I learn best visually, so that's also something that does matter to me a lot. Visually pleasing things really matter. I'm not an audiophile though, and my husband is, and I know a lot of people who are, but you know, sound, music, melodicity, that doesn't matter to me quite as much. Therefore, I'm not a super big fan of you know, finding new music, listening to new artists. I enjoy my pop for uplifting the mood. I use music in a very utilitarian way. If I need to relax, I will put on something relaxing, but I don't care really what it is, as long as it's relaxing. If I want to cheer up or get a little energy going, then I put on something upbeat. But again, it's not that it matters too much for me who the artist is, who the singer is, whatever. If I had to pick somebody from the pop scene, it would definitely be Sia. I like her and her music. I mean, in terms of current people on the scene, as well as Post Malone is kind of fun. I like his style, I like his vibe, his whole sort of persona is very attractive and chill and laid back. And when it comes to sort of classical music, I did do ballet, so really I have a lot of memories connected to classical ballet music, which I listen to on occasion as well. But generally, if I want to chill out, relax, it's really still my good old favorites. It's the Enigma and Enya, something really laid back like that. I like Bjork, so I have like a really I'm a musical omnivore. I really don't care. Just, you know, give me rap, give me like, I like something from every genre, and I can't really pick a favorite. I'm just telling you what I'm listening to right now. And that changes all the time. I don't have a firm favorite. And I do like some of the music from Eastern Europe as well. So like really, it's such a mixed bag. It's not really a useful answer, but here we go. Next, we have number 8, favorite TV show. That changes too. Something that you guys don't know about me probably, but something that is kind of interesting to mention, I suppose, and I don't advertise that in my everyday life because some people think it's weird, but I'm a big fan of true crime and any kind of crime shows. So give me a good, well-produced crime show. I'm all about it. I will be binge watching if I have the time, you know, Special Victims Unit, you know, the Bones series was so good. I still occasionally rewatch some of the episodes. I listen to podcasts, My Favorite Murder, religiously at this point. So really anything with suspense, murder, detective work, mystery, that's the kind of TV shows I go for. And since there are new ones coming up all the time, like say Riverdale, like Broadchurch. Some of the British television dramas that are like crime television dramas are really, really good. So I can't say there's a favorite TV show per se. If I had to pick all-time favorite, the style of TV shows I like is like Bones. If I go back to my childhood, my favorites would be Poirot, Agatha Christie's Poirot, you know, Columbo, like that sort of thing. This is what I love. This is my type of TV. This is what I love. Teen dramas are probably my least favorite TV shows, like the Twilight series, which I watched a single episode. Currently 100, kind of for me falls into the same bag. That type of a show, Gossip Girl, like I gave them a try at one point, but at this point I'm not even trying. I don't bother, I don't care, I don't want to deal with it. Give me a crime show, that's what I want to watch, really. So favorite movie, again, that entirely depends on what we're talking about. Like I really enjoy sci-fi, for instance, and I have a few sci-fi favorites. I really like I said, crime and drama, and I can watch those as well. I don't have an all-time favorite, but some of the recent films that I watched that were really, really good. I watched Forrest Gump recently, finally. What an amazing, amazing production. The Dutch Girl, controversial, interesting, very well filmed and like very well produced. The casting is beautiful, and it was very, very well played. I thought that the main actor was just believable, weirdly believable. There's so many really great movies out there that it's difficult to sort of pinpoint. It would be easier for me if there was a genre, because anything pretty much except for rom-com I will watch, including horror. I mean, we're talking classics like Silence of the Lambs, for instance. There's so much out there that is really great in terms of movies. I might make a separate video sort of talking about various genres of movies and sort of recent favorites, because there are just so many good things out there. Netflix really makes it so easy to find good things. Next, 10. Favorite way to spend your Saturdays? Unfortunately, I am inside. Interior of me is all white carbohydrates. I am a couch potato, and that's what I love doing. I love chilling out. My job requires me to be with people day to day, every day, all day, and listening to their problems. So in my personal life, I don't do that very much. My friends are like pretty upbeat people who are getting things done, and we all don't really have a huge amount of time to complain. I do have a few close friends that I maintain pretty close relationship with. We'll do things together. We have close family ties. We do things with family all the time. And I prefer to keep my circle of people that I associate with pretty tight. I make new friends, and that's easy, but I don't tend to let people too close or sort of invite them into my life or invite to share my life with these other people. How wonderful they are doesn't matter. So on a Saturday, really, realistically, let's be honest, I'm probably watching a movie, playing with my kid, maybe doing something around the house, maybe filming, definitely playing with makeup, spending time with my parents. I do have one of my close friends that we do things together quite frequently, but she's getting married soon, so I'm assuming her, time will be allocated a little bit differently, potentially, we'll see. But we like to sort of do facials. This is my girly friend. We just went, actually yesterday, for instance, something we would do, we went to oils workshop about essential oils, basically, to sort of familiarize ourselves with them a little bit more. We do gallery trips. We go to painting nights in our city. That's a thing. So we do those types of things, and that can happen on a Saturday or some night out of the week. But definitely on a Saturday, I'm chilling out. I'm eating, potentially getting groceries either Saturday or Sunday. and watching something that I do enjoy and just like tuning out the world. And that's the purpose of a Saturday for me, if I can spend it tuning out of the world. However, most Saturdays I also work. So obviously that's to say whenever I don't work. When I do work, I'm probably doing something that I'd rather not be doing on a Saturday. So let's move on. Sweet or salty? Both at the same time in one package. I love sweet and salty. I like sour. I'll pretty much, yeah, I'll eat it all, whatever. Give it to me, sweet and salty at the same time. That's what I want. Number 12, tea or coffee. So if it's artisanal coffee, I might go for coffee, but usually I will go for tea. Mostly because I have quite a significant number of teas at home. Not a collection, because I'm not just looking at them, I'm using them, drinking them actively. But I do love experimenting with teas. I do find a little joy in steeping a tea, because it is a visually pleasing experience. I like flower teas because it's just so beautiful to watch them bloom. I specifically, a few years ago, got a glass kettle to be able to do that. So tea for me is an experience, and coffee is a let's start the day. So I will drink coffee, and I don't mind coffee. I like it, especially the more like funkier, fancier coffees. Probably latte is my staple. I don't really drink just filtered coffee normally. But, you know, if I had to choose between coffee and tea, or tea, it would be definitely tea. And I always pick a tea over a coffee. One of my favorite drinks is probably going to be a London Fog. Oh, so good. I could go for one right now. Who was the last person you kissed? It was my 3-year-old. And then before that, probably my husband, or somewhere maybe around the same time, because they were dropping me off at work. So yeah, my 3-year-old would be that person. Number 14, tag someone. I don't really have specific tag requests, but please feel free, if you feel like you want to do this tag and throw a link down so that I can see too what your answers to these random questions would be. So I hope it was somewhat fun for you guys to watch. That's it for today. See you later. Bye bye.